OiOi YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Jonny Shiell Detailing YouTube channel. And in this video today we're going to be going through the decontamination process on this Chrysler Ypsilon. So this was booked in for my 3-day minor correction, which ended up being 4 days due to the fact that the car was in a really bad state. And as you can see, there's a lot of conifer leaves, a lot of stuff under the engine bay. So I just give the car a little bit of a courtesy clean under the bonnet, because when you're going through these procedures of doing minor correction, the last thing you want is any dirt particles, any contamination rattling loose from vibrations and getting trapped into your polisher. So one of the things I offer to new customers is a free courtesy engine bay detail, and that just consists of a light snow foam, going over with a little brush, just removing any dust, any dirt. It's not a full detail on an engine bay, but it's just a courtesy clean to remove any dust, especially when you're doing a service that's minor correction. A lot of customers aren't fussed about how their engine bay looks, but when you're handing over a car and you show them how glossy and shiny their engine bay is, it does give you some extra brownie points. Now, the safest way to go about engine bay cleaning is to use APC and steaming. The minimal amount of water exposure you get on an engine bay, the safer it's going to be. But on this particular model, this vehicle was quite an early model, so this had no exposed electrical areas, so I found it safe to go in, snow foam the vehicle, agitate with the brush and rinse off with my 40-degree nozzle. So now we move into the pre-wash stages. Once the engine bay is done, we can now use our Martin Cox sprayer. We go around liberally using some wax and away citrus at a 6:1. This is available in a 5-litre drum, which can be diluted, or you can buy the 500ml bottles if you prefer not to dilute, which are already pre-mixed. All these wax and away products that are featuring today in this video are available to buy on the Jonny Shiell Detailing OiOi shop. All the links to all the products will be down in the description. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. So now ready for the decon wash. We're out here with the Chrysler Cylon. I want to say Cylon because it's like a silent P, silent Y. If you guys know, down in the comment section, let me know what the name of this car is. I'll flash up the name of the car on the screen right now. Have a look at that. You let me know how you pronounce that. So first port of call is, last night I did a citrus and snow foam wash and a rinse, so I'm just going to jump on now straight into a rinse and go into a contact wash. I've got designated snow foam bottles ready to use, containing auto wash, and then I'm going to obviously use iron fallout, get rid of the tar and glue, clay bar, straight into a snow foam afterwards, rinse off, ready for polishing. In my hand I've got the SGS 35 from Carscope. This is a really good lance. Have a look at the Carscope website. So let's get in and start rinsing. So the first place I start to rinse is always in the little traps and the little gaps. This is where, as you saw from the engine bay, all the conifer leaves were stored. Having the little wheel guards at the bottom so that the hose can go around the car easier is so much better. I think they're about 25 quid for those 4. They do them in different colours. Really good, because when you buy a decent hose, the last thing you want to do is tear it up by it getting stuck underneath the wheels. Sadly, you can trust me that this has happened to me, where I bought myself a 10-metre hose of Amazon and within a month it burst just from rubbing up against the tyres. So in the Stanagloss snow foam bottle, we have got some, like I said, auto wash, and put 50ml in here, topped up with water, and this should give us a nice little decon wash. I'm looking forward to in the future to trying the garage therapy one and seeing how that works out. So my top tip is to use warm water. This will give the surfactants some extra kick
As you can see, the 50ml to 950ml of warm water in this snow foam cannon really does lay down a really nice thick blanket. And I really do like using shampoos out of snow foam bottles.
As you can see, 50ml of shampoo goes a long, long way. Wheels were done this morning. As you can see in the video, that was quite a hard work. Nicely layered. Look, covered in my car. Lucky enough, that's my car. If you're ever doing this, don't ever, I recommend you not doing it on somebody else's car. Move the car around. So, down here in the bucket, we have got some shampoo ready to go. So, my microfiber madness, this is my one I use for when I'm deconning cars. There's going to be a nice bit of correction going on, so I don't want to be doing any more extra scratching, but there is going to be some marring happening because this car is quite in bad condition. It's been washed by the owner. There's some flat spots where she's used a scouring brush. So it's going to be definitely more interesting. I've got a 2-day turnaround on this one. So it's Friday today, get it done by Sunday night. As we know, I've had to extend the length of the time taken because we're into winter season now. So always in straight lines, flipping it over. So microfiber madness is the wash pad, really, really good. I use this a lot for my decon washes. This has been downgraded from my maintenance wash mitts because I try and keep my maintenance wash mitts in the best condition possible. So this is in for correction. This does get rinsed out, it's get washed after every use. But just in my head, it's quite nice to have separate wash pads for different things. Anything you can save time on getting the wash process done on the wet work. Any wet work you need to get done, get it done in this process. Much, much easier.
So once your contact wash is finished, we're now onto the rinsing, and a little top tip, I like to use the 40-degree nozzle. As you can see, the fan is really, really wide and it removes all the product from the contact wash with ease. Now all we're looking to achieve here is just to remove all the suds off the panels. We're not going in with a final rinse because we are following up with fallout remover. And one of the big key things is to wash the car before we apply a fallout remover, is because we don't want any dirt masking any iron particles.
So now ready time for the iron fallout. This is a Wax and Away's purple venom, but it's in the Iron XR bottle because I prefer using a 1 litre size. Much easier to get around the car. I don't want to keep filling up. So iron fallout, what does it do? Well, it's designed to remove all ferrous metals from the body, glass, plastics and paint. A great product. Always good as a cleaner as well. And this gives me the chance now to go around with my brush, as this product is so frothy. Super soapy as well. Use it on glass, use it on plastics, paint, rubbers, you name it. Cover the car, and this time of year is absolutely spot on, absolutely perfect, as you get the opportunity to let it dwell for as long as possible. While this is doing its thing, I take the opportunity to go around and do all the brush work with the APC. Really wanting to invest into the iCase sprayer. It's going to save me a lot of time. I think all of your sundry items you use, like your iron fallout, tar and glue, I think getting them in a big sprayer is going to save so much time. Having to pump and spray, you know, after a while, you know, ergonomics and stuff are good, but
you have to factor in a few things. For example, whether you work in a unit or a van. If you work in a unit, then you can have the luxury of using a larger pump sprayers that contain fallout removers, APCs, wheel cleaners. But in a small van, that's going to take up a lot of space. So on a day-to-day basis, use this information to factor in ways of building your efficiency. There are so many different processes in detailing to achieve great results, and so far I've really enjoyed playing with the Wax and Away Citrus. It's It's a high-powered citrus APC, and when coupled up with a wax away brush, it's been effortless to get great results. With its painted handle, it's a brush I've been using for over a year and still going strong without shedding many of its bristles. They come in 3 sizes, which are 16-inch, 18-inch and 22-inch, and start from $8.99 going all the way up to $11.99, and they are safe to use on all surfaces of the vehicle. My top tip is to keep your brushes separate to avoid cross-contamination, and use a marker to identify which brush is for which area of the vehicle. So let's discuss the dirty areas of the car, and as Ammo likes to call them, the armpits of the car. We need to get these into these areas because this is where all the dirt and dust and grime builds up, and over time it's usually trapped in the shuts and returns where all the trapped water runs away. You'll also find dirt in panel gaps, window sills, wing mirrors, and when machine polishing this needs to be removed, as failure to do so could cause damage if the dirt rattles loose during the correction process and falls onto your machine polishing pad. So why do I choose to do this at this part of the process? It's really all about efficiency. The fallout remover in this scenario will have 10 minutes to dwell, and as we are under 10 degrees at the moment, the risk of chemical staining is reduced considerably compared to the summer months. But don't sweat trying to remember all the product codes. I'll leave a link down in the description to the OiOi shop where you can search all of our top products, top brands and top reviews on all of our products. And if you want to be a part of the OiOi community, feel free to head over to Facebook and type into your search engine OiOi Car Detailing Community, and you'll find us on there. Send us a request and we'll add you to our group. And also, if you like car detailing product reviews, feel free to download the OiOi Podcast. That's available to listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts and many other service providers. So far I have a back catalogue of over 15 episodes, so I'm sure that'll keep you busy on your weekend wash. So another little top tip I'm going to give you today is about grills, badges and these little areas, and as you can see here I'm using the waxing away brush and the APC, but what I will say is that in these areas water does stand for a little while, so you will find some limescale, mineral deposits building up in these areas, so water does mask these problems, and I would recommend you need a stronger chemical, either using a mineral deposit remover or a water spot remover, something of that like of a stronger chemical just to get rid of those unsightly marks. So I like re-wetting of the panels, applying a little bit of extra fallout to a Shiell wash mitt. This is going to give me some agitation, removing the iron particles that are going to be stubborn and embedded. This really does help before the clay barring process and the tar and glue process, because the surfactants in this product are extra strong and give you that extra little bit of bite when it comes to removing contaminated and embedded dirt into the painted surfaces. The one cool thing about purple venomin is it doubles up as a wheel cleaner as well, so you can use this on your wheels, but I would recommend using a designated wheel cleaner first before you go in using purple venom. You don't want to be spraying fallout onto dirty wheels. It does look very good for the Instagram, but you're just wasting a ton of product. So by cleaning your wheels first before using it, you're going to ensure that you're going to remove any of the ferrous metals from your brake discs or industrial fallout that's embedded into your faces and your barrels to be removed. So we're going to move on to the process where we're going to rinse this off and then move into the tar and glue removal stages. So let's run a little recap of the processes today. We've gone through the engine bay detail, we've done the pre-wash procedures, we've got into contact wash, iron fallout, and now finishing with the tar and glue. The next processes will be coming out in later videos, which will be coming up very, very soon, and that'll be clay barring. We're going to be touching that on that process, on which different clay cloths and clay bars you can use to remove the bonded contaminants from the vehicle. But all that's left now is to do a little inspection. So let's have a little walk around the car and have a look and see what we're working with. So as you can see, this has got a ton of swirls, and behind those swirls are going to be even bigger isolated scratches, and this is going to take a hell of a lot of compounding to remove, but this is going to be one hell of a turnaround, so I can't wait for you guys to stay tuned. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you like these type of videos, because in the next video we're going to be going through the minor correction on this vehicle, and when I say minor, we might as well call it major, because I'm going to take it to the 8th degree. One of the other things, I have to get it done in 2 days. So let me know down in the comment section, whether you think I achieved this correction in 2 days. And at the time of filming, my heavily pregnant girlfriend was due to drop our daughter, and little Phoebe Rose is now 8 months old. So she came on the Monday, and as the client was coming to collect the vehicle, my daughter was on her way to be born in hospital. So there was a lot of stuff going on around this correction. So this is holding some great memories. We've got some great videos from this whole process. So as you can see, there's some scarring marks on the bonnet that we touched on earlier on the video. So here's a little few clips of the next video coming up, which is the minor correction on the Chrysler Ypsilon 2013. I hope you like this video, guys.